patient. Doctor, doctor, I think I'm a pair of curtains. Doctor, pull yourself together, man. Extra strong mint and Mars Bar are having a drink in the pub. Extra strong mint says to Mars Bar, I'm the hardest mint in town, me. No one's harder than me. With that, the bar doors swing open and in walks a Hall's mint. Mars Bar turns around and extra strong mint is quivering under the table. Mars Bar says, hang on a minute, I thought you were the hardest mint in town? Extra strong mint says, I might be hard but he's menthol. Why do cows have bells? Because their horns don't work. 3 American Indian women in the Wild West are about to give birth. One is lying on a buffalo skin, one is lying on a moose skin, and one is lying on a hippopotamus skin. The first woman gives birth to a boy. The second gives birth to a girl. And the third gives birth to a boy and a girl. And this proves the squaw of the hide of the hippopotamus is equal to the sum of the squaws of the other 2 hides. Guy walks into the doctor's with a strawberry growing out of his head. Doctor says, I can give you some cream for that. A man goes to a diner. On the menu it says, breakfast served anytime so. When the waitress comes he orders French toast during the Renaissance. What happens to composers when they die? They decompose. 2 atoms were talking. One atom said to the other, why are you crying? The atom replied, I've lost an electron. The first atom said, are you sure? Yes, replied the other, I'm positive. 2 men jump out of a plane. One is holding a budgerigar, the other is holding a parrot and a shotgun. As they fall away from the plane, the man holding the budgie lets it go. A moment later, the man with the parrot lets go of his bird and takes a lame shot at it with the shotgun. They both hit the floor. In their dying moments, one turns to the other and says, I don't think much of this budgie jumping. The other dying man turns to him and replies, no, I don't think much of this high-altitude parachuting. A drunk driver is stopped for heading the wrong way on a one-way street. The police officer asks the driver, didn't you see the arrows? The drink responds, arrows? I couldn't even see the Indians. A man took his dog to the vet. Sorry, said the vet, but your dog is dead. Distraught man asks the vet for a second opinion. The vet brings in the practice cat. Cat sniffs around. No response from dog. Vet says, sorry, but your dog is dead. Man insists on a third opinion, so vet brings in the practice Labrador. Practice dog sniffs around. No response from man's dog. Reluctantly, the man accepts his dog is dead. On the way out, the receptionist gives him a bill for £1,000. Good grief, what is this for? Well, said the receptionist, it's £50 for the vet, £300 for the CAT scan, and £600 for the lab report. What game do you play with a wombat? Answer, Wom. A man walks into a shop and says, I'd like to buy a wasp, please. The shopkeeper replies, I'm sorry, sir, we don't sell wasps. But, says the man, you have one in the window. A white horse walked into a pub and ordered a lager. The landlord put the drink on the bar and said, we've got a whiskey named after you. The horse replied, what, Eric? While robbing a home, a burglar hears someone say, Jesus is watching you. To his relief, he realizes it is just a parrot mimicking something it had heard. The burglar asks the parrot, what's your name? The parrot says, Moses. The burglar goes on to ask, what kind of a person names their parrot Moses? The parrot replies, the same kind of person that names his Rottweiler Jesus. How many psychiatrists does it take to change a light bulb? Only one, but the light bulb's gotta wanna change. Where can you find a Mozambique? On a Mozambird. What's brown and sticky? A stick. A man gets knocked down by a truck. A guy says to him, are you comfortable? He says, I make a living. Why does a chicken coop have 2 doors? Because if had 4 doors it would be a chicken sedan. Where do you keep a baby ape? In an apricot.